budget insurance. Affordable because you can't afford not to.
Hello and welcome to another Cars.co.za car review. My name is Ciro De Siena and you join me on the inside of a new Honda Fit. What is a Honda Fit, you may be asking? Well, it's the old Jazz. For some reason, they've changed the name. Not really sure why, but in summary, this is a cracking little car. It really is. And I'm excited to tell you all about it. But before I do, remember, the Cars.co.za has the most amount of new cars. Most amount? Is that English? Is that proper English? I'm not sure. We've got a lot. We've got a lot of cars. In fact, we just hit 70,000 cars on the site. 70,000! That's a lot of cars. You'll find your next car there. Promise. Off you go. Let me know what you find. Right, here we go. Honda Fit review. Loading. 3, 2, 1. Cue the music. Mr. Editor. Ping. So what's with the name change? I don't know. I don't get it. I'm not so sure about ditching the Jazz name because I think South Africans really like the Jazz. I would recommend them to almost everyone who wanted a car like this. You know, they're bulletproof, they're super practical. These things last forever. They just keep going, you know, forever and ever and ever. It's like having a parrot in the family. It's just like it's going to outlive you. You know, you're going to have to put the parrot in your will and leave it to someone, you know, to annoy the next generation. Anyway, so we now have the Fit, but the good news here is that this new Fit, the Jazz that it replaces, was built in Thailand and it wasn't quite as good as the Jazzes that are sold in Japan, whereas this is the JDM Fit. JDM means Japanese domestic market, and this is the car that's sold in that market. So this is built for the Japanese, and they're quite particular people. They really are. And right off the bat, you can feel that this is a better quality product. Right off the bat. Let me tell you why. So under the bonnet, 1.5 litre petrol motor. It's mated to a CVT. Now, I could tell you what a CVT is. It's very boring. You'll fall asleep. You'll change the video. You'll click away. It's a gearless gearbox, essentially. And just think of it as an auto. It's pretty much an auto. It doesn't work in sports cars, but it works really, really well in cars like this. It's also very efficient. And so I'm averaging around 7 liters to the 100 in here, which is very good. You'll definitely do better than that because I've been driving with quite a heavy right foot. And also I've barely taken this on the highway, and that always improves your consumption as well. So that's it. Good. Tick. Fuel efficiency, boom, nailed it, Honda, well done. Moving on, ride quality. This is where it gets even better, I promise you. They have really dialed out the NVH in this car. NVH is a sort of term we use in the industry to describe noise, vibration, and harshness. That's what it stands for. And basically, car makers try to dial out as much of that as they can in the car within, obviously, the price constraints of building the car. So, for instance, in a massive Mercedes-Benz, there'll be like 3 tons of sound deadening material. But it's quite expensive, and so they don't really put that in smaller cars. But this Honda Fit has one of the best quality rides that I've experienced in a small car for a very long time. It's super comfortable on highways. It deals with bad roads really well. There's very little wind noise. There's very little road noise. It is a well insulated cabin. This is a very comfortable, calm car to do short journeys in, long journeys in, and I think they've absolutely nailed it in that respect. So tick that box. Then quality of materials and build quality, absolutely nailed it. Right, the interior, the cabin space. Let's start with some cool stuff. You get cloth and leather seats as standard. It's a sort of combo deal. These chairs are so comfortable. They really are very, very comfortable. And what I've realized about cloth, because I do like leather seats, but what I have realized is that in winter, you get in the morning, you don't freeze your backside off, you know, you don't sort of become one with the chair like a giant popsicle. basically. So cheers, big thumbs up from me. Let me take you through some of the basics. 2 USB ports down here and a power outlet, automatic climate control, touchscreen infotainment system with Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, start stop button over here, keyless entry, electric windows all round, electric folding mirrors, electric adjustable mirrors, cruise control, which is quite nice. And just look how sort of quirky everything is. I really like the way Honda does this kind of thing. They're always a little bit different to everyone else. And such a nice touch, for instance, is that your drinks holders are up here, right in front of the air vent. So if it's a hot summer's day, it blows cool air on your Sprite tin, which is all I really drink. And if it's a cold day and you're blowing hot air out the vent, well, then you can keep your pumpkin spice latte warm in your Honda. How great is that, you hippie you? In front of me, digital instrument display, also quite different, quite quirky. I quite like it. That works pretty well indeed, it really does. In terms of safety, 6 airbags in here, really well spec'd, including curtain airbags, which I think are actually really important. You've also got ESP, Electronic Stability Program, ABS as well, and EBD, which stands for Electronic Brake Force Distribution. And that's actually quite a cool technology that you don't often get it in sort of more affordable cars. But talking about Android Auto, I just wanted to show you this little thing that I did the other day. And this is what's great about buying a car with Android Auto as standard, is you plug your phone in and you get all the benefits of Google. So for instance, you say, okay, Google, I need directions to the Christiaan Barnard Hospital in Cape Town.
Netcare Christiaan Barnard Memorial Hospital is 18 minutes from your location by car in light traffic.
Rad. Now it should bring up my maps. Look at that, showing me the route. There we go. That's so like Iron Man-ish. You know, he's got that cool assistant. What's her name? Friday, I think he calls her. That's pretty cool. I really like that. Things are moving along. Feels like we're moving into the future. Rad. Right, the back seats. Now this is actually more exciting than you're probably expecting, because Honda has some of the coolest back seats in the business. They actually call it magic seating, and I think they actually have a patent on it because I've never seen this in any other cars. So the bench split 60/40 with one touch, well, one click. Look at this, look at that thing, into the footwell. Totally flat load area, almost flat, but huge. Look how much space there is in here now. It's so clever. The bit where your butt goes down into the floor. It's amazing, and it makes this car very, very practical indeed. Other features back here, 2 USB ports down there, drinks holder for your passengers in each door, and then for extra safety, your I can't reach, middle passenger gets a proper 3-point harness. So, what's wrong with this car? Well, not much. This is a very good package, a very, very good package. And in terms of pricing, it's bang on with its rivals. Ford Fiesta, VW Polo, Opel Corsa, Peugeot 208, Mazda 2. The pricing is all about the same at about 390k for the top spec models. So actually, if you just look at its natural rivals, there's no real issue here. However, this segment, this compact premium hatch segment, is under major pressure from two sides, on two fronts. The one front is a brand called Haval, which has disrupted this market like I can't even describe. I mean, we filmed the Jolion recently. We'll put a link to that video in the description below if you want to go check that out. And you can get a top spec Jolion for 10,000 Rand more than this. That's not a lot of money, especially if you're financing. It's a couple, maybe like 50 bucks a month or something like that. And you're getting a big SUV full of tech for 10,000 Rand more than this. Do not underestimate how much the Jolion is turning this market on its head. So that's the one assault on this market. The other assault on this market is from the new crop of compact crossovers. Some good alliteration for you there. Crop of compact crossovers. Try to say that fast. Which are in the form of the Nissan Magnite, the Kia Sonet, the Toyota Urban Cruiser, the Suzuki Vitara Brezza, which are the same car. We've got reviews of both of those as well if you need to look at those. And you can get, let's take a top spec Kia Sonet, right? Or a Connet, as I like to call it. You can get one of those for 319,000, which is 70,000 Rand less than one of these. 70,000. Now look, this is better spec. It's got way more safety features, for instance. But 70,000 Rand is a lot of money. And South Africans just can't get enough of that sort of SUV vibe, you know? That sort of high ride height and that sort of status kind of element you get from an SUV. And so, while this is a great package, I'm not sure it has the same sort of appeal as one of those crossovers or as a car such as the Jolion. And that is the biggest problem that this segment has right now. But if for some reason you do not want an SUV and you want a practical little runaround, efficient runaround that's built well, that's very safe, this is the car. This is the one to have. So you've just watched one of our Cars.co.za videos, but did you know that we have over 500 car reviews, races, and other assorted types of videos on our YouTube channel? So head over there. I'm almost certain you'll find something that you like. Definitely. I believe you will.
Budget insurance. Affordable because you can't afford not to.